All right, guys, I just seen Fantastic Four, and it's a good movie. The movie was only about an hour and I think 45 plus minutes. Not that long of a movie, but it's a good movie. And I asked some people around here, asked the people that watched the movie, and they really enjoyed it. So give me a minute, get to my car, and I'll really talk about it. All right, guys, I'm back. Got in the car, just got out seeing Fantastic Four. This is a really good movie. Give me a moment. All right, back. I roll the windows down a little bit, but I just saw this movie, Fantastic Four, and this is a really good movie. This movie had me in my feelings. To be honest with you, yes, I am an emotional guy, but with family and everything, this is a good movie. This is a good movie. I'm telling you good things about it. The movie, like I said, is only about an hour plus long, maybe hour 45, 50, I think. But the pacing goes very well. At times, it can go pretty quickly. It jumps into, how they got the powers, boom, 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 and everything like that. But has a good storyline, basically, the MacGuffin of the movie, which I think everybody knows what that is. So just as a movie itself, to me, this is a good cinematic movie. It has stakes, it has a point. And when you watch the movie, you don't know how it's going to end, to be honest with you. You don't know how they're going to figure this out with Galactus. Galactus is an all-powerful being. Some people may be like, oh, why are you bringing him so quickly and all that stuff. I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about a movie itself. Somebody got a Tesla for a whole suit on. Hold on. That's pretty bad. That's pretty good. I wish I could show you guys. Awesome suit, man. Awesome. But this movie, to me, it's a good balanced movie. The CGI has done very well, but in my opinion, the CGI, how the movie is done, to me, the movie is done so well. It's I wouldn't be surprised if this movie even nominated for an Oscar for just its visuals. The visuals movie does just say a lot. The way Galactus appears, just the way they use everything, just the whole city of New York and people's costumes and everything. I think that was done very well. Each character is a likable character. I like Johnny. I like Ben. Even Pedro playing Reed Richards. Everybody was complaining about blah, 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 blah. I think he done a very well Reed Richards. I mean, I'm not a huge comic book fan, but I think he did well. But a standout person in this movie is Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. She did kill this movie. It's not like, oh, she overtake the movie. It's all about woman, blah, blah, blah. No. To me, in the movie, I felt like it's somewhat balanced, but showing that she's a mother, showing that she wouldn't, she would do anything for her family. This is a very family-oriented movie where I enjoyed it. This is a good movie. It's not a bad movie. A lot of people want to joke around and harp on Fantastic Four, which they're not the most popular characters out of comics. But I don't see that. I see it as a movie. Did I enjoy the movie? Yes. Did the movie have a good storyline? Yes. Were the characters likable enough, and did they give enough in this movie what you watch at the time? Yes. So I think all of that. This is an enjoyable movie. I asked a couple of people, even when we finished, or was waiting for the post-credit scenes. Remember, there's 2 post-credit scenes, one right after the movie ends, the one after the credits. And I asked somebody, what did he think? And he's like, he enjoyed the movie, he liked it. And I asked him, did he like it more than Superman? He said he did, but he did preference that. Yeah, he is more of a Marvel fan, of course. But besides that, with the movie, I did enjoy every moment of it. That hey, these are the saviors of this planet that they're on. People adore them. People enjoy them. They will think of everything. I think Pedro did a good job of playing Reed Richards, one of the smartest man on earth. I think he did a really good job. He's a good actor. Showing his, he's a genius, trying to plan everything out, trying to find an answer for everything possible. You got Johnny, you know, and I like the way they did Johnny, because you might think Johnny is just a cool dude that likes women, things like that, but they really gave Johnny a good story. It gave that he's just not just a good-looking playboy. They're showing that he is a very intelligent person, and they show that in the movie. And I like how they show that. I show that he's just not just a dude that just can fly around and flame on and stuff. No, it shows that I'm intelligent as well, and they show that very well in this movie. They show that he's a very intelligent person. You got Ben Grimm, the Thing. Now they show, you know, he has heart. He's he's likable. You like him every time he's on the scene. Every time he talks or says anything poignant in the movie, it hits and it's enjoyable. But like I said before, Sue Storm, you know, the actress plays Sue Storm. I'm sorry, I don't get remember her name. She did a fantastic job. She really lights up this movie. Every time she's on the screen, she just kills it, and you wanted more of that. You wanted more of Sue Storm. She's pivotal, and not just because she's a woman. No, the actress that plays Sue Storm did a fantastic job. It makes me want to see more of her, and she's very powerful. Like I said, this movie had me in my feelings. I did tear up in this movie. I got emotional. It's just, I don't want to spoil anything, but it just, it had me in my feelings. It had me emotional of a mother, and what would you do, and the sacrifice you would make, and everything. And I enjoy that. Like I said, I don't want to spoil this movie, but this is a good movie. I have to see it again before I always say it's better than Superman, but it's close to it in my opinion. This is a good movie. It's a fun movie. It's funny, but it doesn't have like jokes like putting like corny jokes. It doesn't have like corny. It has these little nods that will make you laugh. Not no gut busting, but it has its moments of levity that that you enjoy and will make you laugh, and it's just is sometimes can be fantastic. But this movie in the movie I enjoyed it. Now in this movie I wanted more. I think at times this movie went by very fast. Now, could this movie use a little bit longer? Maybe another 30 to 45 minutes, almost 2 hours? In my opinion, yes. Because even though these characters, I feel like you didn't get enough of these characters. You didn't get enough of Ben. You didn't get enough of Sue and Reed and Johnny. You didn't get enough. You got enough to know these characters and where they come from and who they are. That's enough. But you wanted more to gain more. It was more towards Sue, more around her, of course, and her baby and everything. It's not spoilers in the trailers, so it's more around her. So that's what I wanted. You didn't get enough of each character. So I wanted a little bit more. I wanted more of Ben. Now you got glimpses of Ben in this movie, and what he was doing. You got a little bit, but to me, it wasn't enough. Like, I wanted more of these characters. Sometimes that's good or a bad thing. And to me, it could have been good if it was done right, which in my opinion was done very well. So I feel like they could have given us a little bit more on that. But it was very rushed. It was a very boom, 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 boom. This is who we are. This is what's happening. We did this. We find out. We got to figure this out. So it was very, very fast, very, very quick. And at times, it was so fast. He was like, I kind of maybe wish maybe would slow down a little bit, so to give us a little bit more into this movie. But that's me. But I feel like we needed more. We needed more of these characters. We needed more. I wanted more, a little bit more investment in each character, a little bit more of getting closer to these characters, and you didn't get enough of that. To me, at times it could be maybe a little bit too quick. But other than that, this is a good movie. Not just because it's the Marvel train and it's going to make money, but this is a good movie where I enjoyed it. I cannot lie. I enjoyed this movie. I'm not going to talk about the Marvel implications and all that. No, I'm talking about for the movie itself. As a movie person that like to talk about movies and everything, as a person that likes to go see any kind of movie that really gets me into it, gets me invested. And this movie did. This movie did what it had to do. It brings you into this family and who they are. It shows you that they're close. And I like that. They're close. They love each other. They do anything for each other. that's what you want out of this movie. And I just enjoyed this movie. For what they gave us. I wish they gave us more, but the visual in this movie was beautiful. They did a lot of shots of New York, shots of space and Galactus. I like the look of Galactus. Some people might not like the look, but like I said, I'm not a huge comic book person. I don't really like comics, so I take what you give me. And they gave me a very cool Galactus. He doesn't talk a lot in this movie, of course, but to me, they gave a little, of his power, but also I feel like they could have gave a little bit more of him, who he is and what he's doing. You didn't get a lot. You didn't get enough backstory. Like you get a little bit, but you don't get enough. I feel like that also kind of fell a little bit too, because you want a little bit more about these characters. Not a full backstory, but give us a little bit more. They'll probably give us a little bit more later on, probably about Galactus, but also, I'm not gonna say it's a waste, but I do feel like they could have given us more about this character, because this is a powerful being that ordinary superheroes can stop. He's very, very powerful. So I would have wanted a little bit more about him. Maybe a little story of him. There's certain lines in this movie where Galactus talks, and you're like, okay, you're this being. How'd you become this being? Why are you eating planets? Things like that. I would want a little bit more. It's a lot of things I want in this movie that they kind of maybe lacked on, especially with the characters not giving us enough of the character, not giving us enough of knowing these characters, wanting these characters. I feel like they didn't give us enough of that, and I wanted more. So I think the movie would have been a little bit more balanced if they gave us a little bit more of Johnny and Ben and Sue. Give us a little bit more. You want a little bit more flavor out of them. You want to maybe gain a little bit more closeness with these characters. We know Galactus is a threat, but maybe give us a little bit more about just a little bit about him, not just because he's an ominous, all powerful being, but give us a little bit more. But I see they're trying to do this, trying to be quick with it. I probably will see this movie again, but I would recommend this movie, for comic book people and non-comic book people. I think they would just enjoy it for what it is, and I enjoyed this movie. I didn't look at my phone, I'm at all really. Had me into it. I was wondering how they're gonna get out of this, how they're gonna figure this out, how they're gonna stop this being. And near the end of the movie, this movie had me emotional. I was tearing up. Yeah, I'm an emotional person, so I'm about family. I'm that type of person. So there's a pivotal point in this movie that got me. Now, what happened to pivotal point in this movie? I'm like, if it ended a certain way, it would have hit a little bit better. But other than that, this is a good movie for not giving us enough of these characters. They should. I wish they could have. But other than that, it's a good movie. I give Fantastic Four. I give it let me think a little bit. I give Fantastic Four a 4 out of 5. Where it had to do what it had to do. It brought us, gave us balance, it gave us levity. I wish they would give us more. I'm leaning to maybe a 3.5 to a 4. I'm in the middle right now because I feel like we could have used more in this movie to give us balance for each character. But everything else with this levity and the cinematic value of this movie was done very well. This is a good movie. It's getting close to even as good as to me. Superman and Fantastic Four, to me, in my opinion, I think they're both right here. They're both good, really good movies about those characters. In each movie, you wanted more from each characters. So I recommend us go to see this movie. I'm leaning 3.5, 4. I'm like, it's a solid B movie. This is the B movie. Maybe a B minus. Maybe a B, a solid B. I was not under that. I enjoy this movie. I'm not going to nitpick every little thing in this movie. This movie was a good movie, and I enjoy it. And I recommend this movie to everybody. Go see this movie. Take your family. This is a good family movie. Take everybody. Go see this movie, and you will enjoy this movie. You will have fun with this movie. You will laugh with this movie. This movie you're gonna want more out of this movie. You're gonna want more. You're gonna want more. You want more of these characters. You're gonna like. They should have added more. There's a lot of things that could have added this, and you can tell with the editing that it was a little bit more into this that they cut out. But I enjoyed it. I like the movie. Like I said, you know, just like how Superman had to get my shirt, I enjoyed it. If you've seen Fantastic Four, what'd you like about it? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Didn't you like it? Leave a comment below. But I probably will see this movie again. But make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Until the next review, guys, this is the Review Lounge. I'll see you later. Peace. Peace.